The Garsha. By Shimmy Yahushua. The Wadama.
Alright, this is the power in English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh. By Shimmy Yahushua. Barak Lanao. By Asherah. Wabayah. The Paris. Barak. Rabah. Magun. Hagun. Say the name of love was once, everyone repeats the name once.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
Ali. Benjamin. Jamie. Donnie. Raphael. McIntosh family. All of Israel.
All of Israel. Janie. Doobie.
Denzel.
Lil Carr. Jonah. Isabella. Shanika. Your power card. Marshall. Say grandma.
Francola Robinson. Ardell Cook. Todd Hall. Charles Puckett.
I.S.U.P.K Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Rapaya. Palmer. Captain Marquardt. Bar Captain Ratazaya. The Roberts family. All of Israel.
Bakar Dam. Kabat Tabar. Sagariya. Dawala. Satar.
Yahudash. Makalana. Azara.
Kawa.
Kanagabar. Kudasayan. Mungabar.
Tarak. Kabi.
Christopher Hill.
Kayala.
Zariala. Young man B.
Tim. Cliff.
Dekai.
Dinar. Kendra. Tanaya. China. Kalani.
Ainawa. Zarabi.
Zion. Keyshawn.
Nadia. Theodore.
Samuel Floyd. Corey Floyd. By Shimmy Yahushua. The Wadama.
Alright. What we just said was, this is Bless Israel. What we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushua. Bless us and Israel. And the school. Bless, heal, shield, and protect. Our loved ones. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al-Damaya. Laka. Al-Takarash. Wa'al-Tashquat. Kaya-Hana. Al-Yabika. Yahama. The one. Ra'ash. Al-Imaka. Yar-Yamba. Sawara. Wayata. Yatazawa. Al-Tazwapanka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Onakidam. Magalia. Mala'ah. Yazakar. Sham. Yashala. Iwata. Kaya. Antazawa. Abba. Yakabi, Aliyaka, Bariya, Yakarawakwa, Alia, Adawam, Wayashama, Alayam, Moab, Wagard, Gabal, Aimalat, Kalashah, Ain, Yashabi, Tazawar, Gum, Ashawar, Nalawa, Namam, Hayawa, Zarwa, Abundant, Nawat, Salah, Aisha, the Hum, Kamadi, Kasiyasara, Kayabi, Manaka'al, Kayaswan, Nashamadwa, Bayandar, Hayawa, Gaman, Adama, Shayatamba, Nadab, Yab, Mawa, Kairab, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak, Wakatazal, Manai, Kal, Nasakamba, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Nawat, Alahayab, Shayatamba, Gagalka, Kakwash, Panya, Rawaka'a, Kaash, Abara, Yara, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Hariam, Khan, Daradama, Bayasaraka, Obasa, Opapta, Tabalaham, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kalawan, Wayabakashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Obashwa, Wayaba'awa, Aida, Wayakapawa, Wayabagwa, Wayadawa, Kaya'ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Abaka, Aliyawan, Al-Qal, Baharakaza.
All right. This is Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O God.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee, have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
Be no more remembered.
No more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
And Moab.
And Moab.
And the Hungarians.
And the Hungarians.
Baal.
Baal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
And the Philistines.
And the Philistines.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher is also joined with them.
Is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them.
Do unto them.
And unto the Midianites.
And unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kasan.
At the brook of Kasan.
Which Paris had endured.
Which Paris had endured.
They have become as dung for the earth.
They have become as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Or.
Make their nobles like Or.
And like Zee.
And like Zee.
Yea. All their princes like Zabah.
All their princes like Zabah.
And as Zalamuna.
And as Zalamuna.
Who said. Let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of God in possession.
The houses of God in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As they stumble before the wind.
As they stumble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy stone.
And make them afraid with thy stone.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they might seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled
forever.
Yea. Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That man may know.
That man may know.
That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Are the Most High. Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
I.S.U.P.K power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evil and curses.
Send evil and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
Teachers.
Thy teachers.
Thy princes.
Thy princes.
Thy priests.
Thy priests.
Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers.
And school.
And school.
Send evil and curses.
Send evil and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure.
And shake loose the treasure.
Of the rich of Israel.
Of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
Enter thy sanctuary.
Send evil and curses.
Send evil and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And their nations.
And their nations.
And their drug
And
business.
their drug business.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia. Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army. Navy. Air Force.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Open
up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
Cable access channel.
Cable access channel.
And the radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people.
That seek to stop us.
That seek to stop us.
And bring swift destruction.
Bring swift destruction.
To all the heat.
To all the heat.
That stand in the way.
That stand in the way.
Will try to stop us.
Will try to stop us.
Broadcasting your words.
Broadcasting your words.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
That loose all the plagues.
That loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth and consume them.
Through the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
And the murder.
And the murder.
Let Yahweh Shah.
Let Yahweh Shah.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying
Come
saucers.
down with the flying saucers.
Punish all the heathen.
Punish all the heathen.
That come up against us.
That come up against us.
We speak thy word.
And we speak thy words.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That is the angels that have done
That
it.
is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread throughout the media.
Cause it to spread throughout the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause it to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be.
So be.
Yeah, you get back to him. Put that down.
We gotta go to our worship.
Yeah, no, you just put it down. It's right. You grab it together. Then it's right. You want to say I.S.U.P.K.
You shall be seated. We'll be reading from the book of Ezekiel, Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 26.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 26. Wala, Shara, Nara, Adah, Bayah, Allah, Laha, how do I say that one? Let's start with that S in it. Laha,
Look, wait a minute, hold on. Okay. Laham.
Laham, okay. Laham. You're just confused with the S, but alright. La'a, Yasha, Mawa, Kaya, Ka,
Yeah, just be kayak.
Kayak. So I be having trouble putting it together. Alright, Kayak. Kiyaha, Marah. Marah. Hamah. Hamah. Verse 27. Wana. No, it's like Wabah. Wakaya. Wakah. Break it down. 43.
Yeah, bring it down.
Like, I'm good at breaking it down and I try to put it together for myself. Alright, Awa. Kara.
Doc.
Dak. Apa. Kata. Aka. Paya. Para.
Payak.
Payak. Wa'a. Marak. Allah. Yahum. Kaha. Amara. Ara. That's Da.
Right.
Ada. So like Ada. Kaya. Ada Kaya. Yaha. Watha. Waka. So like,
Yeah. Yahweh.
yeah, that's Yahweh.
Right.
Yahweh. It's like Hasha. Mataza.
My.
You said what is that?
My. Yeah, it's kind of easy to confuse them because they both look like a Y.
Oh, so that's just an I. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying. Okay,
Yeah,
so
those eyes are real funky looking Y.
so that would be Hasha, Ma'a. So like Yasha, Maya,
Y.
Waha, Koral, Yaka, Raw, Wala. So like
It'll be dog.
Dog, okay,
Yeah.
dog, oh that's a D, okay, dog. Kaya,
So my.
oh, so that's Maya,
It'll be Mario.
Maria, Bayash, Bayath,
That's the husband.
so
Hamath.
Hamath, so like Marah, Kamaya.
That was 4. Yeah, we have 4-1 now. Yeah, we 4-1 now.
It's 1-5. Chapter
Yeah.
4,
Yeah.
verse 1-5.
Right.
Hold on, you said, hold on.
Yeah.
So we gotta go to chapter what now?
4-1.
Is that right here in this book, right?
Yeah.
4. All right. Chapter, verse 4. Shalakia, chapter 4, verse 1. And I read this to
Verse 5.
stop at verse 5.
Stop at verse 5.
Count. Well, Kaha, Kata, Ta, Kaha, Ta, Bata, Bawa, Ban,
Yeah, when it hangs low like that, it makes the nah sound.
Bun,
Yeah.
Ara.
Aram.
Aram.
No, it's actually
It's
Adam.
Adam.
Yeah.
Quaka. Lara.
It's Quack.
Quack. Lara. Laba.
It's Lock.
Lock. That whole word is lock?
Yeah.
Lock.
The La and the Ka. Yeah.
Alright, lock.
It's Lock.
Waha. Waba. Waba. Kukwa. Kukwash.
Well, not the Da.
Well, not the da. Allah.
Oh,
Awa. Kaha.
Da.
Ka. Lapa. Lapa. Waya. Walara.
That's no short one. No short one is Ya.
Yeah. Yara.
That'd be Yak.
Yak. Waka. Kura. Karak.
Wa.
Kawak. Allah. Yaha. Yata. Ayah. Ayara. Aka. Yara. Washala. Washalom. Waza. Kata. How you say that again? Kata.
What were you at?
Verse 2. Shalom.
Two on the first word.
Yep.
That'd be one. Then you got two Ta's.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
The Ta.
Kata. Okay.
Yeah, God is here.
Allah. Raha.
Ya. That'd be Ya.
Maya. Ma'ai.
See, that's a Tazah right there.
Ra'ah.
Ma.
So that's the
Tazawar.
Tazar. Tazawar.
Right. See, that's
Wow.
you know, see.
I see a little
Difference.
funky.
Yeah.
That's the kind of concept. Waba.
Waban.
Waban.
They want to put those three together.
Waban.
Yath.
Yath. Alright, so that's I. Allah. Yaha.
Right.
Rayap.
It's a Da.
Okay, so Dayap.
Yeah.
Dayap.
Yeah.
Washap. Kata.
It'd be Kaf.
Kaf. Allah. Raka.
Yaha.
Yaha. And this is Malak.
That's a Sa. Right there.
Salak.
That'd be Salalah.
Salala.
Yeah, whenever it's two that's the same, like back to back, it'll be like these two or two lives will be Lala.
Okay.
You know, two moms will be Mama.
Okay.
Like
So
that.
let's say it quick. Alright, Wakaka.
It'll be,
Wahahath.
It'll be Wanah.
Well, not. Okay. And this is I. Allah, Yak, Yaha,
Yeah, right.
Maka,
You get Khan,
Makan, Waka,
Wa.
Wa.
Yeah, just always remember we got that little boot at the end of it. That's the thigh.
Okay.
If it don't have a boot, then that'll be a Ka.
Washa, Yom, Yasa,
Very young.
Yom. Allah,
Yeah.
Yah. Korah, Yom.
Right.
Wa'a,
That'd be Lock.
Lak. Maka,
Ba.
Bath. And this is B2.
Right.
Bara, Zala,
Zal.
Zal, because there's no A. Bara, Zal. Waba,
One.
One,
Da.
Tata. Awa, Kata. Payara. How you say that? Payara. And
That'll be Koyar.
Koyar. And Bara, Zol.
Yeah. Zal.
Baya,
Knock.
Knock. Gabal, Rabal,
Wabri.
Wabaya, Wabaza. I think that's his
Zion.
Wabazan.
Where you at?
The end of verse 4. Or the end of verse 3, slow. Bama, Tza, Ra,
War.
Rar.
Because of war.
Ra, Rataza, Waka, Allah, Awa, Awak, Hata, Lebah, Yak, Yasha, Ra'al. Verse 4. Wa'a, Kaha,
Da.
Da, Shikak,
Cobb.
Shikab. Oh, that's B. Okay, Shikab. Allah. Is that the I? Or that's Tizah. Tazara. Tazadat. Hasha.
Break this one down. This one got
Hasha. Sa'a.
You want to go?
La'am.
You
Lashon.
got 3, and you got 3 left.
Lashon. Allah.
Aliyah.
Aliyah. Washa. Maka. Oh, turn this page over. beverage. A cow. A rock. A rod. Squash. I.R.A. Al-Yad. Lama. Sapara. Lama. Yom. Shala. Shema. Ara. Rakah. Sha'ai. Yom. Yoram. Wada. Sha'ath. Awalam. Kaya. The Yah. Shara. Allah. That's it.
Brother, you getting pretty good with this.
I just once I
getting better and better, man.
I'm like getting the sounds. I gotta just put the shit together. Like I don't want to know how to put that shit together.
Terrell
know how to put that shit together. I can just sound it out, but he can actually put that shit together. I gotta learn how to put that shit together.
All right.
Especially when you know the substance, you know how to break it apart.
Yeah.
Someone can put it together.
All right, so what we finna do now, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook and Facebook and YouTube watchers, if you just tuning in, if you just tuning in, we're having our Sabbath service, is a very traditional service, and what the brother just did, man, was real glorious. That so he read in our ancient language. He read the scriptures, the King James Version Bible that we follow, but he read Ezekiel in the ancient language in the Tanakh from the third chapter. We started the third chapter, verse 26, and he went all the way to verse in the fourth chapter to verse 5, man. And it's a real glorious thing when we can get back to our language, our first language, our original language, man. And if you don't know, if you haven't been following, you don't know how glorious that is to be getting back to that when for 400 years we've been stripped of our culture, stripped of our language, stripped of our heritage and all those things, man. And for us to be getting that back and really learning, like being born again, like the scriptures say, man, it's a really glorious thing that y'all get to witness. And that's gonna go down in history. You know what I'm saying? And so what he just did with that, and so what we're gonna, the scriptures that he read in the tongue of the ancient Hebrew, we're gonna read it in the English as the translation, like the translation, like the scriptures say you should whenever you speak in tongues.
That's right.
All right, that's the rule. Whenever you speak in tongues, you come here. Go ahead.
Can you clarify speaking in tongues for the people?
Oh yeah,
just for me. Just for me.
That's what speaking in tongues really is. All that SHALAM, go when you hear y'all fake, y'all little house of Satan that y'all call a Christian church. Prayers earlier, we read them in the English. I mean the Hebrew. Then we translated it to what we read in the English, because that's what happens when you speak in tongues. All right, and to the people, you gotta translate it.
That's right.
All right. So we finna get into it, man. If we still in Ezekiel, and the Sabbath. One thing about the Sabbath service, we go through the whole book of each book of the Old Testament, and we read them. We go through the whole thing, 7 verses at a time each week, every Saturday, and we are continuing. We just continued on from last week. So just a quick, recap. If we in Ezekiel, if y'all know anything about Ezekiel, he's an amazing prophet of the Lord. Y'all know how we are when somebody bringing us some information that we don't want to hear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can be very evil and vindictive and disrespectful, hard-headed, and nobody wants to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And Ezekiel was having a hard time, so the angel had to take the wheel for him and lift him up. You know what I'm saying? The Lord had to take his body and just work it for him to get him to go do it. Right. He had a hard job. It's a tough job to do, and that's why it's so glorious. You know what I'm saying? When you see brothers in the I.S.U.P.K out there on the streets, going to camp and speaking and raising the dead and speaking to this rebellious nation.
That's right.
Like, it's a tough job to do, man. And I commend every brother that does it. some of the hardest brothers in the world. You know what I'm saying? To go up against that kind of hostility and still do the work of the Lord regardless. All right. So we finna get into it, man. Ezekiel is a cold brother, man. Y'all wanna get into reading about him, man. He was definitely a cold priest, a man of the Lord. And we finna continue on what he said. He's starting at the 20th verse, Ezekiel chapter 3, and verse 26 is where we are continuing on. I ain't gonna say starting, we are continuing over there. I think something happened to our recording.
No, it's on there.
Not the one I got,
It's working.
Yeah. So yeah, the one I got, the one I shared got, got 31.
Yeah, it had back in there.
So you started
Oh, you started up another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
When it goes down, automatically comes to that level.
All right, but if it's a whole another thing, though.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
it's been back up though.
Okay. No, I just be wanting to share just in case people don't
Yeah,
know how to get it. All right. You said what?
Go ahead and get it.
Yeah, we're finna get into it. I was just gonna share it again. Share the class, man. Push the truth. I'm gonna get it back up. Get it back up again. Salaki y'all for let me see. So no, that's YouTube. I'm talking about Facebook. Salaki. All right. I can't find it on Facebook just yet, but go ahead. You can just get it.
Come on, concert. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 26. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth.
Read the one just to give them some context of the book. So, he was. We at the point where a couple verses before we was talking about how you supposed to tell the righteous when they're doing wrong, tell the wicked when they're doing wrong, and if you don't, their blood is on your hands. And so that's why when we go out there and teach, we don't care that people. We would love for people to come in and change their life and come and serve the Lord. That would be great. But if you don't, it's not on me. That's on you. My hands is clean because I've done what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to warn the people on what's to come.
That's right.
And that's what Ezekiel was saying he was doing in the verse before, like in a couple verses before this. Went up to 20. If you have one up to 21, we ain't gonna go back because we're gonna keep it going. But if you just go up a couple lines and speak to people and talk to the people and try to help some people that don't want to be helped, who would rather stay in confusion and believe the lie and is comfortable in their iniquities. Okay? But so keep going. So the Lord told him this. He say, but before that, he was just telling them if I don't want you to do this, he what's going to happen. Go ahead.
Come on, concert. Verse 26. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb.
Right, that you can't speak. You won't be able to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord can do that to you. I remember Captain Zakar said one time. Captain Zakar had said one time, one of his guys back in the world, like when he came into the truth, man, I think he had left out for a while. One of his guys said, what happened, man? What happened to you? You used to be smart. You know what I'm saying? So you took that limitless pill and now you dumb. He wasn't the same person. He went back in the world and wasn't speaking the same, didn't have the same knowledge of it. You know what I mean? It just threw off his whole swag. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, he act like I took a limitless pill or something. One of my good guys, like, man, what's up with you? You know what I'm saying? But he was like, he was in the world talking ridiculous, talking stupid. Like, man, what did you talk about? You was around them brothers, and you was speaking wise things because you was learning wise things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, I always love when Cap had said that story, man. Because I'm like, that's what it be like, man. When you going back into the world, like, what you gonna do now? What you gonna go back to smoking weed and having sex with hoes? What is your conversation gonna be? Like, it's just gonna be stupid. Like, you've been around these people talking about how you need to not be a whore and now the girl be like, man, what are you trying to do to me right now? Like, are you trying to say is this a setup? Like, you're gonna sound and look stupid. And the Lord can make your mouth, you know what I'm saying, your tongue cleave to the top of your mouth and make you just sound dumb and be dumb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You leave the truth, now you just become a whole nother, you are a whole nother person. You know what I'm saying? You're not the man that the Lord called you to be.
Right.
You back in the world now.
Right.
You got something you want to say? Go ahead.
Right. Well, in Ezekiel's case, the Lord's doing it on purpose with him because at this time, speaking to him ain't going to do no good.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord said, this is a rebellious house. So now, when he try to speak something, it's not going to come out right. Because they're not going to hear anyway. So, you know, because when you told him he'll cause his tongue to cleave to the roof of his mouth.
Right.
Means he'll just be talking gibberish.
Right. Even if he wanted to go out. That's why he said, he told him, like, if you look at the verse before, he was like, old son there, thou shalt put bands on thee and go in the house. Thou shalt go and go among thee. So go shut yourself in the house. You know, so this ain't the time. Like you said, it ain't the time right now. But keep going.
Come with concert. And shall not be to them a reprover. For they are for a rebellious house. Verse 27. But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, thus said he forbear, for they are a rebellious house.
Right. He that forbear, let them forbear.
Verse chapter 4.
Yeah, look, go to grab real quick Revelations real fast. Revelations 22. 20:11. You know what I'm saying? Just a little quick precept. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them do what they're going to do. Man, if that's how they want to live, you know, that's how you want to live. That's why we go out there, we tell them, hey, you don't got to live good. You know what I'm saying? Believe what we say. You don't got to believe it and think it's real. Like the one scripture say, like, that because you don't believe that makes the word of God a non-effect or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that, you know. So that means it's a non-effect just because you don't believe.
Right.
Go ahead and read that, Revelations 20:11.
Revelations chapter 22, verse 11. He that is
righteous.
What is it supposed to be?
Yeah.
Eunice.
That's what I'm looking for to hear. Like, give me 1 second. I'm almost there. 1 second.
22 and what?
22 and 11. All right, I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Revelations chapter 22, verse 11. He that is unjust, good night, let him be unjust still.
Right.
And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you want to be wicked, go ahead and be wicked. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what you're supposed to do, how to get out this hell. You complaining about having a slave every day, you know, working for the oppressor, getting pennies. You know what I'm saying? You complaining about how you living, how we getting shot down in the street. Hey, this can clear that all up. Right. If you come back to these law, statutes, and commandments, brother, if you don't want to hear that, read that part again.
Come on, concert. Revelations chapter 22, verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
Right.
And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
Right. And that's what you want. You want the people who gonna hear what you have to say. Like, you know, right. we what we got a saying in the UPK where we said we don't want to step into your royalty. You want to be like that.
We will continue on.
Yeah.
All right. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 1. Thou also, son of man, take the attil and lay it before thee.
So he's telling them what to do. Like, you know, take the attil. Attil is like a tablet, like a clay, you know, kind of tablet joint. Like, take you a tablet, and he's right now you will see that he's giving Ezekiel like something to give them a sign. You know, a lot of times a lot of people do better. You know how people say, you know, I'm more of a visual learner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so he's giving them a visual to certain people. Like, some people can't understand from talking. Some people gotta have a visual. You know what I'm saying? Right. Keep going.
Come on, concert. And portray unto, I'm gonna just start over. Chapter 4, verse 1. Thou also, son of man, take the attil and lay it before thee, and portray unto it the city, even Jerusalem. Verse 2. And lay siege against it, and build a fort against it, and cast a mount against it.
So look, hold on, read. So let's read it back from that power. So he said, get the till.
Come on, concert. Take the attil,
right,
and lay it before thee.
Right, lay it before them so they can see it. See it right in front of you. This is a symbol for them, a sign, an image to show them. Go ahead.
And portray unto it the city, even Jerusalem.
Make it a symbol of Jerusalem so they know what it represents. This tablet of clay in which you draw Jerusalem on it. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come on, concert. Verse 2. And lay siege against it.
And lay siege against it. If you don't know what siege means, it's about like when the army takes, make you captive, like they surround you. Right. Like, see, they surround you to drown you out. They keep you from getting. The siege is them keeping you from getting essential things into your city.
Right.
Okay? You said you're on verse 2, right?
Common concert.
So it's about them getting, teaching you, showing you, blocking you from getting essential things into your city, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a warfare tactic. And he's trying to show them, like, this is an example of, what I'm trying to show you, what the Lord had me coming out here for. I ain't coming out here for nothing. The Lord had me out here for a reason. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me find it. So yeah, that's what siege is like. Look, Alexa, definition of siege. Siege.
As a noun, siege is usually defined as the act or process of surrounding and attacking a fortified place in such a way as to isolate it from help and supplies, for the purpose of lessening the resistance of the defenders and thereby making capture possible.
Right.
As a verb, siege is usually defined as to assail or assault, besiege. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for siege.
Right. Alexa, stop. See, like I said, to surround them, it's a war tactic. You surround them, stop them from getting the things that they need to get into their city so they can fight you. Now they in there starving and hungry, and now they can't fight. Go ahead.
It's kind of like what they did to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, a little bit. Puerto Rico.
Let no in or out, just cut off all the what.
They tried to do it to Cuba.
Yeah,
that's why
Cuba
is the one. That's why Cuba's still over there riding in those 1960 cars.
Yep, they ain't got no cars.
You know what I'm saying? They over there riding. They got cars.
Dick Tracy cars.
They riding them Elvis cars and all that. The Breeze Lightning joints. You know what I'm saying? They over there riding them joints. They looking good. I like that. I want one of them joints. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna do it like we do it. But grab Luke 19:43 real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just a little precept just to show just some quick precepts. But
Luke chapter 19, verse 43. For the day shall come unto thee that thy enemy shall cast a trench about thee, Salakia, and compass thee. I think that's supposed to be compose thee round, and keep thee in one every side.
Right, and that's what he was that's just to give you an example of what the Lord was telling Ezekiel to do with this image he was showing. Like, hey, put this down, make it like Jerusalem, and put all the enemies around it. Keep going. You know what scripture?
Yeah,
It was Luke 22.
No, it was
Luke
19:43.
Want me to keep going?
With
this?
Yeah, with that.
Come on, concert. And cast a mount against it, and set the camp also against it, and set battering rams against it round about.
Right. So besiege, right? Put everything around it. You know what I'm saying? Just to show them, like, all the enemies around it. This is what's going to happen. This is thus says the Lord. You remember when he first came out there, he was supposed to say, "Thou son of man, take your time." He said, "But when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto him, Thus saith the Lord thy God." You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever hear this, hear it. He had to, hey, you know what I'm saying? Not only is he speaking to them, he's showing them something as well. So people who maybe somebody who can't hear something, you can see this. There ain't no excuses for not getting this word. All right, keep going.
Common concert, verse 3. Moreover, take thou unto thee an iron pan, and set it for a wall of iron between thee and the city.
Right.
And set thy face against it, and it shall be besieged, and thou shalt lay siege against it.
Right. So this is the whole, he painted the picture for him. Like we said, let me paint this picture for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna be against you. The person who is like I'm against you when like, and that's why a lot of times people don't want to hear the truth. Because they like, man, now that you done told me this, it's like you against me. Like, why don't you tell me this? Like, now they mad at you because you telling them the truth, and now they can't unhear it. They can't, so it's like, you against me now. Like, that's how they come at you, like, you against it. Like, I'm not against you. You try to hurt me. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying.
Because I tell you the truth.
Man, give him a hand. That's perfect. Right there. You know what I'm saying? My face is against you. Like, that's the sound. Like, my face is against you because I'm showing you this. You know what I'm saying? and they're going to be besieged. Keep going.
Come on, sir. This shall be a sign to the house of Israel.
This should be what?
A sign to the house of Israel.
This is the sign to the house of Israel. Us being out there on them street corners teaching them like we are a sign to the house. Like, look, brother, we used to be out here selling dope to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Having sex with your daughters, treating them like hoes, turning your sons into drug dealers, breaking into your homes. But now we out here teaching you to not do none of those things. We out here going risking our life, you know what I'm saying, taking our relaxing day Saturday to come out here and spend time doing this to edify you and give you the game, give you nothing but the truth. You know what I'm saying? To give it to you, man, so you can find out and learn how to get out the hellish conditions that you are in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like the brother brought up, does that make me your enemy now?
Right.
Because I tell you the truth? You know what I'm saying? That was a perfect precept for that. Right, let me see.
So like, if I could go to verse 17.
Go ahead.
That's pretty much something that y'all both just said. Verse 17. They zealously affect you, but not well. Yea, they would exclude you that ye might affect them. Keep going.
No, that's good. No, I thought you wanted to. You know, you just
No, I just wanted. I mean, it was pretty much what you were saying.
Go ahead, let's read it again, Salak.
Come. Verse 17. They zealously affect you, but not well. Yea, they would exclude you that ye might affect them.
Right. They don't want you to be around. They don't want you around. Yeah, they will exclude you. They don't want you coming around. If they party, they don't want to invite you because you know your energy makes them, your presence makes them feel bad about what they're doing. Everybody else there around makes them feel good about what they're doing, makes them feel better than them.
Right.
Like, I just smoke weed. You smoke crack. I'm better. That's how they be. Like, hey, I'm a hoe, but she a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? I have sex for, I have the boyfriend experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got a boyfriend, he take me on a date. You know what I'm saying? He buy me stuff. She just out there on the track getting money for it. You know, she's a worse hoe than me.
Right.
Hold on, let me let that ball go.
The person that you was making, I'm a Christian, but he's a Muslim.
Right. Christian and Muslim, y'all both discussed the House of Satan, both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Even the older gets paid, she's like, well, I get paid for what I do. This heifer right here, she doing it for free.
Right. She doing it for what she wants. She wants the boy, like this, they call it the boyfriend experience, the girlfriend experience. You want to be taken on a date, treated like a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You want to be my girlfriend.
Well, with you,
right?
This is Paul. So,
you know what I'm saying? For that time, and he trying to just let them know, like, hey, don't just be like this all the time, not just when I'm in your presence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers, especially brothers in the world, man, I be feeling so bad for them because like y'all women is only faithful when you around. When you not around, they is hoeing. You can't wait to get the home. As soon as you leave, it's over. You can't go out of town. You can't leave. You can't. Julie, I ain't coming back for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I just was brought up today like, no, I ain't messing with you for a couple of weeks. When you got your woman in the world, she called Tyrone, hey man, this thing ain't gonna be back for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You got holes on your hand, man. I mean, it's messed up. You can't let the broad out. You can't trust them as far as you can see them. And that's a terrible thing to be able to have to deal with. That's why we encourage brothers to get women that's in the truth that have some type of morals and values about themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least because these brothers, what I'm telling your women, you can't send them to the club in your car with the money you put in her pocket, with the outfit you paid for. She gonna let somebody else ride your car, and take off the clothes that you bought her, and give them the vagina that's yours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a terrible life to live. You know what I'm saying? And I pray you brothers understand. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying right now is not hypothesis or not conjecture. It's not something that I've read in the book. You know what I'm saying? This is real life experience. I'm telling you about that that I'm not proud of. You know what I'm saying? And on either side. You know what I'm saying? I mean the giver and the taker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was terrible on each side. You know what I'm saying? That simple life is not the life you want to live. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we digress a bit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like you was saying, you know, you don't want to. You want to be the person who you are, regardless who's around. You know, the Lord sees you regardless, and that's who you got to answer to.
Right.
You know, don't fear the man who can destroy the body. Fear him who can destroy the body and the soul. Okay, that's what you want to fear. You know what I'm saying? Grab real quick, there's a precept on it, Isaiah 8 and 18, real fast. Just on that one scripture we just read, 8 and 18. You read that the scripture we just read here. Come on,
Come on, sir.
You said 8 and 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 3. Moreover, take thou unto thee an iron pan, and set it for a wall of iron between thee and the city, and set thy faces against it, and it shall be besieged, and thou shalt lay siege against it. Thou shalt be a sign. This shall be a sign to the house of Israel.
This shall be a sign to the house of Israel. Go ahead, read that. Okay, you got it.
Done. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 18. Behold, I and the children whom the Lord hath given me are for signs, and for wonders in Israel, from the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth in Mount Zion.
Right, and that's us. You know what I'm saying? We are the signs. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord has sent to put our face against, Israel, against Jerusalem, put that, we got all the rope out there, you know what I'm saying? We up there, we got the signs out there, teaching them everything. But when I read this, I was just like, man, that's the cap right there.
Right.
So we got the signs up there. We put Israel right there, showing you slavery, showing you everything. Got all the, man, it was just like, man, that's the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see that? Y'all see what I see there?
Yeah.
All right, that's how I cry. All right. Y'all know how I do with this, you know what I'm saying? I always see it away. But y'all was my brother, so I know we on one accord. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going, man.
Verse 4. Lies of the days that thou shalt lie upon it, thou shalt bear their iniquities.
Right, so he told him, like, you think I'm against you, you know what I'm saying? But he said lie, because how many days was that?
Salakia. According to the number of days, 390 days.
Right, so he out there, like, they thinking he against them, but he's bearing their iniquity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's bearing it. When they go out there, hey, man, we don't know them. he's putting their iniquities on them. Like, he's taking for, how many he said, for every day for a year. And I wonder too, that was like, did he literally do that, like, for that many days? That's the question I'm asking, like, what is it? Like, did he really lay out there for 390 days, or was that like a time? You know what I'm saying? Like a metaphor. Yeah, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because it sounds like, because you see, that's a year, basically. Like, because it's 365 days a year. Right. That's a give or take, it's a little more than a year according to the time today.
Right.
That he set out there and went out there every day bearing their iniquity. So I'm thinking, like, it sounds like he was going out there every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day teaching for over a year, teaching them and bearing their iniquity. But and that's when I'm gonna get some more clear understanding on him bearing their iniquity. What did that exactly mean? He did. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it did, like us going out there and being ridiculed. You know what I'm saying? For what the things that they had done. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when but when I was looking at it, I'm like, but I couldn't get the call to get it exactly. Let me see. Somebody grab Leviticus 10 and 17, and then somebody grab Leviticus 16 and 22.
I got Leviticus 10. I'm going with that.
Yeah. Which one is that? Because that one that's the
Leviticus.
That's the 16, 11?
Come on.
All right.
Leviticus chapter 10. You said 18?
17.
In verse 17. Wherefore have ye not eaten the sin offering in the holy place, seeing it is most holy, and God hath given it you to bear the iniquities of the congregation, to make anointments for them before the Lord.
You see, and so that's one of the scriptures when I was looking at it.
Atonements. Atonements, Salaki.
Atonements, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's trying to make an atonement for the people. And that's what it was, that's why I said, is he taking it on in that sense? Like an atonement? Like I'm doing this, you know what I'm saying, as an atonement to try to atone for your sins. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, you know what I'm saying, bearing, we still, you know, we ain't asking the Lord to, you know, just take us and say, forget them. You know what I'm saying? We just saying like, hey, Lord, you know, give them an opportunity to come in here too. You know what I'm saying? Because if you would have did this, you know, back in 2000, like the prophecy said back then, shit, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? I want to give another brother or sister a chance to come in.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna just get some, you know, do some more clear. But that's what that's what it's, you know. I'm almost, you know, I'm feeling pretty good about that. But you know how we do it. We don't lean on our own understanding. We don't got to. Shit, we got amazing men in this truth who will, you know, break it completely down.
That's right.
But you got that one? That scripture on 16.
You got the second one for Leviticus?
I was going to ask which one.
16 and 22.
16 and 22.
I got it.
You got to go ahead.
Done. Leviticus chapter 16, verse 22. And the goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities, unto a land not inhabited. And he shall let go the goat in the wilderness.
Read that again.
Leviticus chapter 16, verse 22. And the goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities, unto a land not inhabited. And he shall let go the goat in the wilderness.
Right. So, you know, and that's what I was saying. That's what I'm like, you know, the goat, you know how we used to do with the lambs, and that was
Right,
like 20%. And so that's what I was, you know, that's what I believe that's going on, but I just wasn't 100% on it. So I'm like, but it, you know, it just saying that that's the vibe it got. Like, you know, he's laying there for every day for all their sins. He said, I'm gonna come out here. It said for each year of their sins. So they were sitting there for 400 years. Right. So he went out there every day for 90 days with their iniquities on his side, like on him. Right. You know what I'm saying? On his hip. I carry this. Right. That's when you carry things that around you, on your hip, you know what I'm saying? Pick up stuff, you know, you carry it. He's carrying their iniquity. You know what I'm saying? Them beating them up, but like I said, we'll get more into it, you know what I'm saying?
So like, what was the first one in Leviticus? The first precept that you pulled?
10 and 17.
Okay.
You want me to read verse 5? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the last one, right?
Yeah, come
Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 5. For I have laid upon thee the years of the iniquity, according to the number of days, 390 days. So shalt thou bear the iniquities of the house of Israel.
See, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, is it just, you know, every day he went out there? I just wondered, is it a deeper meaning than that? I'm like, you know, like what, you know, like when they say he bared their iniquity, like what is that exactly? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But
we'll get to the bottom of it.
right. Like I'm like, man, it seems like he just was out there every day, you know, taking hell and going through hell for his people.
I mean, I'm thinking kind of more like you. I don't think he necessarily like literally stayed out there. Like he probably ate and went home. You know what I'm saying? Like he came out there like just like every day.
Every day.
This is the goddamn mission.
Right. Every day. I'm like
390 days.
I came out there and set up. That's what I'm saying. But I'm talking about he came out there every day, and I think that's what it is.
Right.
But then, but the bearing the iniquity part is where I'm like, is that, you know, the hell he was going through while coming out there, like going, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
actually teaching, you know how teaching the truth. And
mad. What is that? Right. Yeah, what is they mad at him? Like what is exactly is like the bearing the iniquity?
Yeah.
Like how did he bear the iniquity?
You know, I think he was pretty much like bearing the guilt behind what they were doing. You know, just like say for instance, a person got a son, you know, right, and the son is gay, right? That's gonna weigh on your mind every day. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna bear that iniquity, even though you ain't gay, but you're gonna bear the iniquity of what he's doing because it's burdensome to you and it weighs heavy on you.
Right. And it'd be a hard time to go out there, you know what I'm saying? When we bear with the stuff that we bear, that's why I said we go out there, we can't hurt people. We see homosexuals on the baths, we see disrespect, people want to challenge us. Like, boy, do you know what the anger that I got in me right now for the hell I'm going through, this ain't even, you don't even know what can happen to you out here. But I'm going to just bear that. I'm going to take that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's you know.
I think it's manifold.
Yeah. Manifold, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's a deep scripture, man. But he buried it, man. Grab Numbers 14 and 34 real quick, and then we'll be done. And just a little quick precept on that. Like I said, I was looking at it, I'm just like, hey, man, this is That's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say I like Ezekiel, man. And that's why I say, you know, I understand him. Like when he got up to that point where he, you know, wanted something else. Like he wanted to put some time into his wife at the time. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to just let that be his thing, and he ain't had that luxury. He ain't had that luxury. He was too important. You don't have that luxury to just lay up and put your wife above this truth. You're too important to the mission. You know what I'm saying? Your name is going to be, niggas in 2021 going to be reading about you. You know what I'm saying? You are way too important. Too important for that. Oh, so like, I look over there. Go ahead. You got? Yeah. Go ahead, read it.
Numbers chapter 14, verse 34. After the number of the days in which ye searched the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, shall bear your...
Read it one more time. That's why I said it was, you know, you got to bear it. You know what I'm saying? What you did, like when they was in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? After the Lord took us out, like we had to go through the wilderness. That's why I said I'm pretty sure, you know, but I ain't never heard it. It ain't never been taught to me probably. So I want to get it, but this seemed clear cut. Go ahead. That's why I grabbed these couple precepts so they can see why I said what I said. Go ahead.
After the number of the days in which ye searched the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, shall ye bear your iniquities.
Right.
Even 40 years.
Even 40 years they have to bear their iniquities. Y'all know the hell they went through in that damn wilderness. Like a lot of them didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them didn't make it, man. So. But you know, a lot of people have to bear that. They have to see their loved ones die. So that's something to bear. You in this truth, teaching people, you know, teaching your love, and you seeing your loved ones die, and not coming into the truth, and not taking, you know, hearkening unto the voice of the Lord. And that's something to have to bear, man. To have to sit there and watch your loved ones suffer and die, and then when they messing up and they going through hell, they come to you like, man, what's wrong? Why is this? Why me? Why me? It's like, man, I told you, man. You know, like the Lord don't play no games. He's a terrible power, man. He is a jealous God. Like he don't, you know, he wants all subjection. Like, you know, like it's not a game. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not doing this for my health. You know, I used to like being in the world. I used to like some of the shit I used to do. Like you think I just it's easy just to, you know, like, no. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, right. This is not something like, man, this takes everyday struggles every day. You know what I'm saying? This is not something, you know, you have to, the Lord called you to do a job, you know, you got to do it. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And Ezekiel found out the hard way through his wife, and a lot of priests and prophets find out the hard way. A lot of brothers, you know what I'm saying, go through hell with these women out there, you know, you're going to find out the hard way. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to do what the Lord called you to do, regardless. You better go ask Jonah about it. You know what I'm saying? Ask Jonah when he tried to run away from it, what the Lord told him to do. You know, he has some mercy on him, but it's going to be hell. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you get through, you're going to go through some hell. One of my favorite, like I said, my favorite scriptures, like, you know, they say, like people say, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Yeah, that's all they hear, but you gotta, people miss the part that they said, you act like he said that there will be no weapon formed. It's gonna be weapons formed against you. Right? No doubt. It just said that they won't prosper, but there's gonna be some heads, there's gonna be weapons. There's gonna be tactics done against you. There's gonna be trap sets. That's right. You just ain't gonna get jammed up in them. You know what I'm saying? To where you are completely destroyed. If the Lord is with you. If the Lord is with you. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so that's one of my favorite. But people always, I think, miss that part. Yeah, so when they go through something, they be so shocked. Like, hey, he never said the weapon wasn't going to be formed, brother. The weapon definitely going to be formed. You know what I'm saying? What's up, cuz? It's gonna be formed. Like my guy with the step up, what's up, cuz? But with that, man, this is the I.S.U.P.K at 125th Harlem, New York, man. Passover. We're gonna get into these prayers again. Passover, April 24th. Make it to the Passover, man. And you know, ISUPK.com, man. Pay your tithes. You know what I'm saying? Support this truth. One West Tides. Send me into that on the Cash App. $1 One West Tides on the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Go to I.S.U.P.K. Minnesota on Google. Come here, come and, to find us. Go to our website, I.S.U.P.K Minnesota on Google, and come find us, man. We here. With that, shalom.
Margin. Right. Upon Akadam, rise and face the east.
Oh, that's how that horn supposed to be blown. Step your horn game, man. You know what I'm saying?
Margin upon Akadam, rise and face the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Hadash. Hayah. Shabka. Yahweh. Yawam. Tabayana. Banasayawam. Hayah. Laka. Amalakwa. Wa'ala. Wa'atafar. Lawalayim. Aman.
Keep going down.
Yeah.
I got you. I just noticed it when I'm like, we keep going down. We gotta figure that out. All right, the Lord's Prayer in English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
It's still up.
It's back up now.
No, it's been up.
So what was that I had there?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Alaharim. Mayam. Azari. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Barakaza. Aliyatan. Lamawat. Sagalka. Al Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamar. Yashala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Zalka. Al. Yamyanka. Yawamam. Hashimash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Wayariala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Call. Right. Yashamar. Abnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Tazaka. Wabawaka. Mayaka. Wai. I will know.
Hey, Makari.
Yes.
That's I ain't talking about you on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm talking about Facebook. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
Why ain't it coming up on my camera?
You probably should refresh it. Because that's what I did, and I'm still looking at it. It's it's in red. Okay.
All right. Psalm 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes to the hills. From which comes my help. My help comes from the Lord. Who made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth Israel. No. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, the Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy and thy coming in. From this time forth. Even forevermore.
Prayer for the Hakak, the power of the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. Babakashah. Thundernow. Hakak. La'pa'ah. Kal Makalah. Kal Madawa. Hakak. Latahar. Amatazarayim. Hakak. Lahaki. Lamaki. Hakak. Arakawah. Hatama'ala. The Garshan. Ba'ashim Yahushua. The Waraman.
All right, the power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
All right. If we have anybody on the YouTube or the Facebook that would like to send a prayer for somebody, type it in on YouTube or Facebook right now, and we will send that prayer up. We'll send that prayer with you for that loved one. Just type their name in if you want to get the prayer sent up for them, and we'll do it on the YouTube and the Facebook. All right.
Prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Barak Lanah.
Barak Lanah.
Wa'asharal.
Wa'asharal.
Wa'bayah.
Wa'bayah.
Sipar.
Sipar.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Magan.
Say the name of loved ones once, everyone repeats the name once.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK. Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. Papaya Allah.
Papaya Allah.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
All right, this is bless Israel. What we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us and Israel.
Bless us and Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless, heal, shield, and protect.
Bless, heal, shield, and protect.
Our loved ones.
Our loved ones.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah.
GEN.YAHANNA.
I.S.U.P.K.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Al-I.S.U.P.K.
Yar-Yumwa. Sawada. Wayata. Yatazawa. Al-Tazawapaka. Amarwa. Nakawa. Unakidam. Magari. Wala'ah. Yazakar. Sham. Yashala. Awad. Aya. Natazawa. Laba. Yakadwa. Aliyaka. Bariyah. Yakarakwa. Aliyah. Alawam. Wa. Yashamai. Alayam. Moab. Lagar. Gabal. Waimawan. Waimalak. Kalasha. Ain. Yashabia. Tazawar. Gum. Ashawar. Nalawa. Amam. Hayawa. Zarawa. Nubanya. Lawat. Selah. Asha. Laham. Kamadia. Kasiyasara. Ayabian. Manakao. Kayashma. Nashamadwa. Bayandar. Hayawa. Aman. Ladama. Shatama. Nara. Yab. Mawa. Kairab. Wakazaaba. Wakazabat. Wakatazal. Manai. Kal. Nayasayakamba. Ashar. Marwa. Narasha. Lanawa. Nawa. Alahayim. Alahaya. Shatamba. Gauka. Kwash. Panya. Kaash. Tabara. Yara. Wakalahaba. Talahat. Harim. Kam. Daradama. Raka. Wabasa. Wapata. Tabalaham. Mala'ah. Panyaham. Balawan. Wabakashwa. Ka. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Waba'awa. Idea. Wakapara. Wa'ababa. Wa'adawa. Kayata. Ka. Yahweh.
Baka.
Ayawan.
Ka. Paharakaza.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still, O
For
God.
lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate Salaki and consulted against thy hidden one. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more remembered. For they are consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarians. The Baal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. The inhabitants of Tyre. Asher is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. And unto the Midianites. And unto Sisera. And to Jabin. At the brook of Kasan. Which perished at Endor. They have become as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zeb. Yea. All the princes of Zabah. And as Zalamuna. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. As the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled. Forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Are the Most High. Over all the earth. I.S.U.P.K. Power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evil and curses. Punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Our prophets.